increasing their power. And Americans will march into our territory. For as long as our ports are manned, American navies won't do much. However, look at that. Unfortunate. Explosion in Brescia. An explosion in Brescia in northern Italy has caused almost 1/6 of the city to be destroyed. As thunder and lightning are seen as tokens of God's displeasure, the clerics in authority had refused to have a heretical lightning rod fitted to the steeple. Then the church of San Nazaro was struck by lightning, igniting the 200,000 pounds of gunpowder stored there, causing the aforementioned explosion and killing around 3,000 people. The clerics have since agreed to fit a lightning rod, but oddly their stance on the storage of high explosives within the church remains unchanged. Enemy raid. Let's see, they're raiding the port. It's good that I haven't invested in this part. Intellectual advance, free trade doctrine. This nation has made a considerable advance in their social and economic ideology, placing them temporarily one step ahead of their rivals. The concept that trade should be unimpeded by taxes, tariffs, or any other restriction enacted by authority. Free trade is an intensely pleasing prospect for traders. The basic principle is that the less those in power involve themselves in matters of trade, the more it will be able to flourish and grow, thus creating wealth. Taxes, tariffs, and other restrictions that can be laid upon trade will only prove counterproductive. This runs entirely counter to the medieval idea of guilds that sought to limit trade and production of goods to those who had spent years learning their craft. Historically, David Ricardo, 1717 to 1823, was one of the leading minds in the advancement of free trade doctrine. He sought to prove that it could be beneficial not only to the economically strong but also to the economically weak. He developed this theory, and it became known as the theory of the comparative advantage. The key point of the theory was the idea that a region or a country should specialize in goods that are easily and economically made within their borders. By doing this, a sizable yet easy profit would result and grow from trade with others. Next technology, classical economics. An attempt to understand, explore, and explain economic growth and development. Provides the following effects: -1 happiness, clamor for reform, +10 per turn to wealth. Town wealth in the region, +6% wealth generated by all buildings, and this also enhances our national prestige. Port has been blocked by the Ottomans, that's fine. Another port blocked by the Americans, and as you can see, we have constructed quite a few buildings here and there. Workers are writing here, so what can be done? Let's just build a couple of brigades here. Hopefully this will man this rebellion. Obviously we can just simply pay them a couple of thousand, like 1,000, and still keep making a couple of thousand instead of not taxing settlement whatsoever. So what we're gonna do first, we'll try to march out of Damascus. Looks like the people will be just fine about that. And let's attack Jerusalem now, the whole city. It looks like it will finally be once again in the Christian Catholic hands. Let's see if they would agree with peace and they would just surrender the city. They wouldn't surrender the city, and so another crusade-like attack will begin.
Nous sommes puissants et invaincus.
After the attack, as you can see, we have successfully prevailed in the battle. And so the city is ours. So let's fix things up here and build a cannon foundry also. Furthermore, we need to go for the school church. And we're going to build a local fishery. No, let's go for the trading part so that everybody be feeling so much better. Okay, looks like things are working just fine for us. Also invest more in recruitment, and there's only one city left here. After that, Ottoman should be no more. They will have few navies here and there, but they, without the supplies and home to go back to, won't be hindering things for us.
Pour la couronne et le pays.
Another important port has been secured. This port serves, as you can see, no purpose whatsoever. Nothing goes out of it of any significant value. This army may as well, right here in Jerusalem, will probably, after taking Cairo in Egypt, will be sent into Europe. Now in here,
Votre Majesté,
we are further expanding this force.
marchez.
This force serves a
En
purpose
attente de vos ordres.
currently to deter American aggression and or deter Marathian Confederacy aggression, because they have set up themselves on these islands quite well. They're raiding us, as you can see, and taking our stuff. America, even here in Europe, stuff is being blockaded, our trade I mean. Now furthermore here, what do we have? Plains nations.
À vos ordres.
And it looks like we're going to have a proper siege there.
Commencez le siège.
And a proper battle. Let's assault them now. And hope that this will prevail. I've sent the most powerful army that we had so far in America to fight the Indians, because I kind of suspect that we could lose on both fronts, against the Americans and against the Indians. However, it's best kind of not to lose against the Indians, because there's going to be only one army there, while against the Americans there's always going to be two armies and one in production, if the threat from the Americans is too great. However, here the professional soldiers will do a much better job. Besides, the Americans never really mounted a successful offensive. They are consistently, without a doubt, consistently attacking us, but we are managing to have the best of them at all times. Now what's that? Okay, these are the Indians that are hidden. And this is what we're facing. Plains nations. As far as I know, they have approximately two large populated provinces in the continent. And for as long as they are going to fight on our times, which is us facing them with a musket, it should be fine. We will blast so much steel into them, they won't know what to do, and always we can carve them up. So I'm sending the cavalry first to attack their artillery position. These fools have placed their artillery openly unprotected. They probably believe this to be some kind of a godlike sacred weapon. Well, little do they know that it's not, and after a successful cavalry charge, their precious weapon will no longer be here, and we will successfully be able to march forward without much casualties sustained. Unfortunately, it's not the only artillery piece out there. In any case, if they do not kill our general with a good artillery blast, all is not lost. And here we see that the charge is incoming, and they did kill. Oh, look at that! They did kill quite a few soldiers. With the hit, however, choice will turn out to be just fine. And now they do have their gunmen forward. We will be able to kill the remaining artillerymen here. And I want everybody to run forward. Oh, now here they're launching a cavalry charge on us, and it looks like this will make our soldier rout. Not something. Oh no, not something I would like to see, and it seems that my general was so eager to kill them that he went a little too far. That's the general right there. He needs to run away. He's kind of blocked here by this fence, and it could be that he is going to die. I think that was the general. No, that's the general right here. So, this guy. It looks like he is relatively safe. My cavalry can retreat now. And here we're going to start shooting at their troops, and things should be just fine. Here we're seeing on Indian versus Indian fight, which is always a good thing to see, that our Indians are a lot more or let's say are loyal to us, to the French. Now when we'll deal with them here on the flank, I will be sending soldiers forward. It looks like they're massing their strength here, so to deter that I'm sending additional forces there. Let's just tag in here. I see that there's a good opportunity for us to outnumber them. These Indians that they have, as you can see, are equipped with bows. In any case, these native auxiliary of ours is going to prove themselves against the Indians. And that's fine. And here we see that our forces certainly need a move forward, and we need them to do that fast. The cavalry need to go after retreating Indians. Alright, we'll separate our forces into two groups. One group will fly to the right flank, the other by this flank right here, I see what's the problem now. They are spread out right here. They have separated into two groups. Fighting them will not be an easy task. Here we're going to take our position. They are on the hill, so that's good for them. And we would prefer them to launch an attack on us. Now look at that, we should be able to start hitting them. And this will scare them off. I have no doubts that my troops will be able to deal with the cavalry. Well, I would prefer them to attack me. That would be very, very good for me. And I could do significant damage this way to them. Here we are seeing approximately 3 to 4 units of theirs. We can't really go there, so we're gonna go around this area. I want my cavalry here on the side. These guys need to get in position forward, and the rest of my troops could start running forward. I expect an engagement. They are not in a hurry to engage. Here, let's do it like that, carefully. There's a lot more of them than I anticipated. And here it seems that we may start moving into the forest if they're still not eager to attack us. And it looks like they are not. Alright. And so we will run inward. So this is where the battle should start to take place. We're seeing their artillery piece. I'm ordering an attack on them. Okay, these troops need to back also, so the battle should start at the same rate. And here the first battles begin. They're coming out of the forest and we're hitting them. It looks like we have them exactly where we want them. Everything seems to be under control. I'm shooting these troops back in the line, and here we are much stronger. I expect to be able to mount a good defense right there. Okay. There's nobody here, I suspect, and we should be able to surround them here and eliminate them. Obviously, they may be better fighters than us, but I'm sure that we can overpower them. Okay. As you can see here, that's an important division. We are winning after this engagement, and many of our brigades will be released. Here we are trying to shoot them up, but I suspect that we need to use our numbers and simply charge on them. Everybody needs to run so that we could get there quickly and effectively. Here these guys got in trouble, but we are sending reinforcements. However, these reinforcements have been intercepted, so all I want them to do is I want them to get the hell out of there. Now, stand. to certify them. This area is plagued by the enemy. In any case, this is where it's all gonna go down to. And with the forward troops going